almost had to think there for a second about what night it actually was. I think it's Wednesday night. Almost thought it was Thursday night. Nope, still Wednesday night. I've got the whole days of the week all mixed up. When you're just not going to work day in, day out, it's just one long day. The week is just one long day for sure. We're going to continue with the second half here to the finish of what remains of Edith Finch tonight. First part was last night. If you're watching live, if you want, you can go watch the VOD on Twitch. Or, of course, it soon will be up on YouTube as well. If you're watching already this part on YouTube and you didn't watch the first part, go watch the first part. What are you doing? You crazy person. Why would you start with the second half? I was impressed with the first half for sure. I liked what was going on for sure, and I'm excited to see how this ends. So we'll go this. It's only going to be an hour and a half or so more. Maybe 2 hours at most, and then we'll vibe check at the end of that to see where we're at, feeling wise. Because I'm starting fairly late tonight. I tried to do good. I tried to watch the first debate, or the first debate I was watching, if that makes sense. There's been many debates so far, Democratic debates. I tried watching this one. I made it most of the way, and then I had to quit. I had to bow out. I had enough. I really was like, the whole time I was watching, I was like, I could start picking Edith Finch back up again. So here we are. I cut it a little short. We're going to do this, and then who knows, if we want to continue playing games after this, we may dip back into post-game Yakuza stuff, or if we want to continue the new game train, maybe we'll start a bit of the Spectre Knight stuff. Shovel Knight, Spectre Knight story. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we feel after this. Trying to remember exactly.
But looking back on it now.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, good. Yes, I do remember. Exactly where we were. Okay, good. Damn, look at the nice little reflections on the glasses, on the plates.
If she told me there was going to be so much climbing.
Oh, you're gonna make me awkwardly.
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh shit, she's pregnant. Oh, we're starting off. I'm starting off with a plot twist. 22 weeks 22 weeks pregnant. Is she 17? Damn, young. She is 17, right? She said earlier in the first part that she got this house now when she's 17. I think, right? Oh god. Yeah, you should not be doing this shit. If you're pregnant. What the hell? Oh my god. America. I was curious to see if it would have me hopping off the edge here. Stormy night.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Wow. Bears. I would never want something like this in my room. It's just way too much. Get into bed. Yeah, intense is,
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
intense is, one way of putting this. Pictures.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Smile, Dawn.
Smile.
Okay, got it.
Nice picture.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
This is kind of neat. I love how everyone's stories get told different ways.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up.
Still freezing, though.
Aw.
What is that? I mean, naturally my eyes are going to this, but I feel I have to find what I'm supposed to take a picture of somewhere. What do you want me to take a picture of, game? I'll just keep taking a picture of this island that's right in front of me. I'm supposed to take a picture of the sky because it's clearing up? No. Now it's starting to rain. Heavily. Oh shit, I didn't even mean to take that photo. Raid. Sir! Something off to the side?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Oh.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Hey!
Okay, I found the guy. Found the man.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Okay.
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail with deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail...
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
That?
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Take the shot. Ah, it's blurry as hell. Fuck is he?
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Yeah, shoot that defenseless animal.
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up. Great shot, Dawn!
Right when I took a picture. It's horrible. She's fucking crying.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
It's rough. Oh,
sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Oh, I've gotta, like, book it. This is terrible.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh! Wow.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Did I miss the Edie story? Like, are we going all the way up, and did I miss the Edie one? Because I'm going to be sad. Because it looks like it's kind of naturally working its way up, and I'm going to be sad if I don't get to see all these. I don't know how I would have missed it, though.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Look at that.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Oh, I'm controlling the arm. I'm controlling like the tempo of the music. Oh, I'm controlling the frog now.
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Oh, I can jump. I can jump. I didn't know
What
this.
his world was like. I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. I can feel her slipping away.
Oh.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
That voice distortion. I've got to use Mr. Whaleman.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Oh, this seems dangerous. Uh-oh. No.
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory.
Whoa. Holy shit.
About everything.
This is quite the visual.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure as hell. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Jesus, that's dark. God damn. I have a bad feeling I missed Edie's story. I wonder if I'll be able to go back and... Jesus, that makes me sad. Oh boy. Oh boy. What a bummer Wednesday night this is gonna be.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Disrupt that.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Yeah.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
This tent? Mine.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh, damn.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Ugh. Holy shit. Oh my god. I am being bummed out today. I'm gonna check really quick a Google search. Boop. I'm searching, is it possible to miss stories in Edith Finch? Says they're near the end. You can miss some. Once you've completed, you can select the ones you've missed. Oh, okay. Alright, feels... I don't feel as terrible if I do miss one or something, apparently, then. Okay. Ugh. Duties. Dawn, sweep trash. Gus, mop, mow yard. Greg, be a baby. Oh, am I gonna have to climb this?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Jeez, think this game in like heights. Oh, great. Bible. Oh, great.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad,
Calcutta.
Sanjay.
Look at him.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Making me woozy.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Edith Milton Lewis.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Assume nothing. Homeschool? Reading is a hoot.
But it didn't last.
Hmm.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Why do I feel like this game is going to end in something very, very sad? Potentially relating to the bad weather and this rickety old house that seems to be not in the greatest of condition. And our general bad luck, apparently. Also, why does this look familiar? That design just looks familiar to me.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Paintings? This does look familiar to me. And I don't want to jump to any conclusions. Huh. I'm curious. That looks strikingly familiar. Even this music. This has got to be referenced, right? Oh yeah, for sure it is. Look at this. Look at this. Look at those.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Is this just a cheeky reference, or is this a thing? Is this a bigger thing than just a reference? Like, this is even like the music, I think, or something very close to what would play in Unfinished Swan.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Chew. Meta.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Wow. That's a direct reference. Oh, I was not expecting something like that. God, it's been years since I've played Unfinished Swan, though. Huh. Interesting. But like, I
Mom
recognize.
spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
But I had instantly recognized, like, obviously, like, the architecture type thing, the paintings, the footsteps, even, and then that music, and even the,
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
even the, like, that iconography, I think, was something referenced in Unfinished Swan. Oh, it's just the
Mom
light.
definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Legalized marijuana, man. As I'd say, do I go up this way? And there's no way to go up that way, so we'll not do that. Sorry, thought I heard something there.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Nice sitar sounding. It's got a gaming rig and a pipe. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, I want to look at these. What is this?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh no.
He kept working at the cannery.
I don't like this.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior.
Oh, I don't like where this is going with the hand near a blade.
His mind began to...
Oh God, is this gonna be something gross?
wander.
Oh, I'm controlling this. Oh, this is interesting. So I'm controlling this with the left stick. And then... Oh God, I already know how this is setting up to be. Okay, so the picture is the thing I'm controlling with the left stick.
I asked him to describe it.
This, oh, I already know. I already know how this feels like. This is because he's distracted, and it wants me to be distracted as well. And I have to clear the fish out of the way so I can see.
He started small.
Oh God.
Imagining a labyrinth.
I keep looking at the hand thinking I'm going to be able to change something here. Get the fish out of here.
He'd feel his way about.
This is so bad. This is so... I'm gonna just be so upset. Because I know...
And something moved. Bats.
I'm trying to, like, not have my hand get...
And toads. And things that have not names.
Is there a way to prevent this from happening? Oh God.
He knew it was all in his head.
I'm trying to be very careful around Blade.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
This is so upsetting.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss.
I just don't want it to show anything.
But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Mind your hand.
Like a whole new Lewis.
I'm just gonna move this
So I
thing.
let him go on. I even
Oh, God.
encouraged him.
It's taking up more of the screen.
It
Oh,
seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Tokyo. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
fuck
Then he
me,
made
dude.
musicians. And songs for them to play.
I'm really trying to be
Talk about
careful with the
starting
hand. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to change any of this. The results,
And he was
the
always humming
outcome.
something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
No.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
It's getting louder.
were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Huh.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
No.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Oh no.
New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis.
He started drifting away from our reality.
Oh wow, you can really pull back.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the canal.
Minneapolis.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Damn. It's harsh.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
I don't fucking know. What is this water?
The queen was on her own quest for
Rainbows.
radiant rainbows.
Hell yeah. I don't want to knock the rainbows down.
He followed the sound of her
Oh my god, electric sitar.
electric sitar.
choosing your own adventure narrative here. It's trying to get me to focus on the left side,
to a golden
for sure.
palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Oh my god.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh, you can't even see. Oh no.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Oh, the fish are really piling up here. Yeah, you can't even see. This is terrible. I'm so scared to... Ah! There's too many fish.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Oh my god, I keep thinking
In his
it's...
own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Ah! I don't want to do this!
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Ah!
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Okay, I didn't chop my hand off. Thankfully. I don't know if it could have, or if that was just the game making you think that was what was going to happen. I assume this is my locker. I've got a... It's like almost like a mix between a Vita and like a Wii U gamepad. I guess it's kind of close to a Switch.
He began to forget the world we know.
What?
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Am I gonna do something? Oh no. Don't do something bad.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
What? Is that me? It's like a out-of-body experience right now.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
I'm on like a conveyor belt. I'm gonna be chopping my hand off. This has to be it. It's like gonna be a visual for...
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Get down, get down.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
The music is getting loud. I know it's gonna happen.
There was only one thing left to do.
Oh no! It's so loud, it's gonna be chopping his hand off.
Bend down his head.
No! Oh god, no! Oh my god. Oh shit. I'm sorry if I'm ruining the visual experience of this. No! No!
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh, worse than getting his hand chopped off.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Oh.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch. On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Man.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Win.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories! I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
What is this? Giant rock.
For
Wow.
a while, I wondered.
Uh-oh. Oh, now I'm back at a giant rock.
I started seeing things.
Follow.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Oh, I'm
We
controlling
both
the
tried
hand.
to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. the last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
I'm kind of moving this.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
She's talking about her
I guess
child.
if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh. Oh. Brilliant. Brilliant. I did like this. I did like that a lot. Ooh. A lot to unpack there. Ugh. Jesus. I know I'm getting to this game late, but man, this is I'm pretty sure this is the next follow-up right after Unfinished Swan. Because I remember playing Unfinished Swan way back in the day and still hearing about how this was their next game, and then this took quite some time to come out, if I remember, or at least it was announced really early. I'm playing it way after the fact, I know. God, this second night of playing this was way rougher, I feel, than the first night we played. Peach halves. I guess we'll try to see if I can get to any of the stories that I'd missed. It's the Edith Finch team, 2012-2017. The replay a story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Why does that get circled? Is that because it's a story that I didn't get to? Because I don't think I did. Edie's story or Sanjay. Dawn. Why does it get circled like that? Or is that some kind of mess up thing? Let me see what happens when I click into it. Because did I do Edie stories and Edie the last one? I'll find out. We'll find out. Oh yeah, it gives you context as well. Like
All
right
that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Yeah, we definitely did that. So then is the only story I finished or not finished? This one? Oh, a little bit of loading hiccups. Oh wait, put me right back here. Are these stories connected? Is that what it's saying? These are probably the last two then, if that's what maybe this thing is doing, like they're connected. So then I did all of them. Edith, select, you go start from the beginning. This is the Unfinished Swan, Canning, the kite, the baby. Walter was the eating the peaches. Sam was that pictures with the hunting and stuff. Edie's that one. Calvin was the swinging around. This was the scary, the whatever one, the spooky comic book one. Which one was she? She was... I don't remember exactly. Odin. Let me get just a sense. Maybe I'll remember. I remember going into like the room, I think. Because this is the actual child star, right?
December 13th, 1947.
Oh yeah, she's the original one. She's the one who was the original story. The weird one that began this whole game, basically, the eating. Duh. What was the Ingeborg one? I remember doing this one, I just don't remember what the story was. A little bit of pop in there. Just a bit, just a tad.
Her room was like a museum.
Oh, it's the little, what, viewfinder? Viewmaster? What the fuck they're called? Then maybe it's not possible to miss stories, because I think each story kind of led to the next. Unless if you potentially got the key, if the key is able to get unlocked, potentially, and then you just know how to unlock it, and then you could maybe skip the beginning parts of the stories. Like you could probably skip through these two even, maybe. I think. But yeah, damn, what a good game. I like this. This is like the perfect kind of length of a game too, that I like, that I want, that I need. A nice, well, I shouldn't say nice story, but a well illustrated story, I would say. Like, pretty smartly done. Wow, yeah. I'll go ahead and, I'm trying to think if I want to, continue, or if I want to continue for the night, I should say. I'm also thinking I want to, for some reason, even though I don't have a Switch, there's a small part of me that wants to get up early just to see the dang old Nintendo Direct for Animal Crossing. I don't have a Switch, but I think that starts at like 8 or 7. And I know I could watch it when I just wake up naturally. So I'm balancing. I'm like, this didn't take too long. I thought this might have been like 2 hours at most, and it ended up being like an hour and 15 or an hour and 10. I could start Spectre Night. Let's see, tomorrow's what, Thursday? So we'd still have 4 days left of vacation. Non-work vacation. Alright, I'll play an hour of Spectre Night. We'll get starting on Spectre Night. I'm not quite ready to throw in the towel for the night. Alright, I'll go ahead. I'll have to cut stream real quick. I'll be back up in a couple minutes. I'm gonna get some water, go to the bathroom as well. And then we'll start up Spectre Knight's DLC for Shovel Knight. And we'll play that for like an hour or so. So I'll be right back. Bathroom break. water break. You know the deal.